would like to thank Representative Hastings for the very kind introduction, and to thank all of the sponsors of this event, Representatives Waters, Hastings, Lee, and Woolsey, for their foresight and compassion in sponsoring an event on this very critical humanitarian crisis. A single refugee is a tragedy. Almost 5 million refugees is a statistic. Iraqis have been fleeing their homes en masse. As displaced victims of war are forced to seek refuge in other parts of Iraq or in neighboring nations, they have turned into a number: 4.9 million unnamed, anonymous, non-entities, statistically irrelevant, yet individually insignificant. The days of my stay in Syria offered a small window into the magnitude of a catastrophe that is still unfolding and shows no sign of lessening in any immediate conceivable future. Who are these fleeing Iraqis? Can they be turned from statistics into individual human beings? At a first glance, Sayda Zainab doesn't seem much different from any other poor Damascus neighborhood, until one listens carefully. The Iraqi dialect spoken here transports one from Syria to Baghdad. This is where Iraqi refugees come to escape war and sectarian violence, temporarily, until they can return to their homes again. But if you ask them how long that may take, the uncertainty is immediately apparent in their gaze and in their repeated phrase: Iraq's future is like a long, dark tunnel. Here, far away from their homeland, desperate, almost penniless Iraqi refugees congregate on Iraqi Street, a road that serves simultaneously as community center, a market, and an access to nearby living quarters. As one passes the tea sellers and other merchants who are the nerve center of the neighborhood, one can start to imagine what life used to be like in Iraq before. In many ways, Sayda Zainab represents the ideal concept of Iraq, an enclave where sectarian divisions are a foreign concept, a religiously and politically unified community. It is a sensitive topic, one often addressed in hushed tones, but many refugees assert, we are Iraqis. We don't refer to ourselves as Sunni or Shia. We are all Iraqis here. Baghdad, Baghdad, yells a man on Iraqi street, attracting the attention of potential travelers. Many Iraqis are lured by the appearance of reduction in violence in Iraq, by a monetary incentive offered by the Iraqi government, and by the thought of escaping the desperation, humiliation, and poverty they witness every day as refugees. Some respond to the call and board buses and cars, not knowing the precise circumstances they will find on the other side of the border. Others still fear for their lives and stay. Damascus is home to almost 2 million once proud Iraqis now living as guests in Syria. These guests have extremely limited prospects. They're without the ability to earn a legal income and create new lives. Which desperate story to mention? Which door to an unheated room to open first? These photographs are intended to puncture the statistics and reveal human beings who need our immediate help. As the magnitude of this problem grows, so does the deafening silence of no response and thus no responsibility. With the exception of a few NGOs, such as Refugees International, and few members of Congress, and a few isolated reporters struggling to get the word out. I am extremely thankful to all of those who have opened their hearts to this problem and who realize that we all have a shared responsibility to bring attention to this issue. It is my very sincere hope that this event, which puts a human face on the devastating sadness and the struggle that is now the daily reality of Iraqi refugees, will make it absolutely clear that 5 million refugees are 5 million individual tragedies. Thank you.